Yes, officially, the new sole administrator has arrived in Port Harcourt. Videos of him already trending on social media as he makes his way to the government house. And there are many other funny videos you find online. People from Cross River State will now say, since we have someone from their state in charge, perhaps we should consider renaming some of the streets in River State. Very funny, I'll tell you. But beyond that, I'll just show you what's happening now. So this is the arrival of the sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ikot Ete Ibas. Yep, you see the security and all of the other razzmatazz that comes with a man of his position at the moment, arriving in the government house with the whole media crew and all of that. He's even granted a press release, and he had said, well, I am here to make sure that there is peace and we resolve whatever it is that has brought us to this point in River State. The House of Senate and Reps had their sittings, and they received the Gazette from the president and have both approved the state of emergency in River State. But here is a situation at the House of Reps, particularly with one of the lawmakers who had to raise a point of order. And
yes, Honorable.
All right, listen to what he said.
Honorable Speaker.
So that's the Speaker of the House of Reps.
My name is Honorable Obi Agocha. I represent the great people of Iguano, whom I had not, whom I had South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, since the President's letter concerns proclamation, Mr. Speaker, the constitutional procedures that must be followed as enshrined in Section 305, subsection 6B, that says for us to consider this President's request that this House must have two-thirds of members present. Mr. Speaker, may I please ask?
We already have our attendance registers, Honorable colleague, and we'll rely on that to ensure.
Mr. Speaker, this is a constitutional.
Yes,
can we do a head count, Mr. Speaker?
Exactly.
We ascertain that we have a quorum.
Yes.
Don't tell us your register.
Yes. Our attendance register will guide us accordingly, Honorable.
You are seated there in the House, Mr. Speaker. The simple thing to do would be, let's find out if we have a quorum.
Signing, and at the end of the day, we'll take attendance.
So are we going to wait for... Okay, let's take a pause here. If the Honorable Speaker is saying that, oh, we have a register, and in that register we have many of the members still signing, why didn't they wait for all the members to finish signing from the register and then let us know, based on the register, if they have a quorum, before going ahead to debate on the Gazette presented to them on the President, and even do a voice vote, which, I find very worrying that they would decide to do a voice vote. So the point of order that was raised by the Honorable Member Obi, it's very simple. It kind of reminds me of the same situation at the River State Assembly. The argument had always been, how can 4 people do something over 27 people? Now we're having a situation in the House of Reps where we do not know if quorum was formed, though I'm not a member. Possibly later it was. But from what we have seen online and the argument in this video, it looks as though quorum was not formed. But they are going to go ahead regardless and hear this matter, that is a constitutional one, and make a decision on it.
Whether we have formed a quorum, Mr. Speaker, as enshrined in the Constitution.
You can see there that the House is very much empty.
As enshrined in the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, so that our deliberations are not going to be deliberations of
very much empty. You can see that. Whoever the camera guy is, kudos to him. While this was going on, he was taking a full shot of the House, so you can see how many people were present during this very significant debate. Very significant. Eventually, they went on to make a decision on whether to approve the state of emergency, and this is how it went.
Any more contributions? Any more contributions? So we put the question. Are we ready for the question? Are we ready? Those in support of this request of Mr. President as amended should say aye. Aye. Those in support of this request from Mr. President as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Thank you
Ladies
very
and
much.
gentlemen,
Clerk.
that was how the ayes had it at the House of Reps. A similar situation happened at the Senate. We are going to go there. And at the Senate, the debate was huge. You all know how Akpabio can be like. While they were in the House, these were a few things that happened. Akpabio had a back and forth with one of the senators, and that's the senator representing Bayelsa West, former Governor Henry Serake Dixon.
Those in support that we read our other papers, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader of the Senate.
Point of order, Mr. President, so that we can be sure of our procedure.
So that's
Just a
Serake
point
Dixon.
of order. It's not. It doesn't stop your. Doesn't stop the motion.
The same Senator Serake Dixon.
Yes,
I watch you on television.
Mr. President, I have
And
a
you
point of
pointed out.
order for which you have
Listen to
recognized
me.
me.
Listen to me now.
Yes.
Let's not argue. If we argue, it won't be good for any of us. We are all distinguished people. You are a former governor. I'm a former governor. Let us, please, off the mic, sit down. Please be seated. I watch you on television, and you said no matter what the Senate does, the Senate will never go with you. The Senate will not go with you. I said you said no matter what this Senate does, the Senate will not have your vote on anything the Senate does. That's what you said on television. I don't know, but I'm saying that if you have already made up your mind to go and talk on television when the Senate has not even considered any issue, I want to let you know.
To me, please.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm only saying, please allow me to preside. Allow me to preside.
I think because
Stand up and make a point.
I think because
Thank you,
Serake
Mr.
Dixon is a
President. Please,
very good politician, it's why this issue did not escalate in the House.
We must have mutual respect for all of our colleagues, okay? And I do have regard for you, particularly as our presiding officer.
I appreciate
And I think that should be reciprocal. Now, the point of order, Mr. President, Henry Serake Dixon, Bayelsa West. The point of order I rose to address is to draw the attention of the presiding officer and our colleagues to the specific provisions of our rules. Each one of us is guided by two documents: the Constitution of the Federal Republic, upon which we were sworn, and the rules that govern our proceedings. The proclamation has been read to us, and I wanted to draw your attention, Mr. President, respectfully, and the attention of all our colleagues, to the specific provisions of our rules. Order 135. The framers of this are very exhaustive. Once you say state of emergency declaration, there is a procedure.
Can you read 135?
Let me read it. Say, look, 133. When the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by instrument published in the Gazette of the Government of the Federation, issues a proclamation of a state of emergency in the Federation or of any part thereof, he shall immediately after the publication, A, B, C, D. Now, since you have read it, now let me go to 135. The President shall, in a closed session, brief the Senate on the circumstances of the proclamation of a state of emergency.
Your point of order is upheld.
Thank you. So let's go to the closed session.
Please.
Okay, so
you was about to move the motion for a closed session.
Thank you, sir.
okay, so there you have Serake Dixon point drawing the attention of the Senate President to what the rules guiding the House says. And well, did they have the closed door session and what happened afterwards? But what you should know is they also had given their approval.